My family used me for years, then told me life would be easier if I disappeared. Now I sued them and took everything all back. I'm 28. Last Thanksgiving, I showed up to my parents' house with a pumpkin pie I'd baked myself, the kind with the lattice crust that takes an hour to weave properly. I thought maybe this year would be different. Maybe they'd actually acknowledge the effort. My sister Emma didn't look up from her phone when I walked in. My brother Tyler was already on his third beer, sprawled across the couch like he owned the place. Dad stood by the bay window with that look he always had when I entered a room, like I was interrupting something important, like my presence was an inconvenience he had to tolerate. The dining table was set, but barely. Mismatched plates, paper napkins bunched up carelessly. Nobody had bothered to ask what I wanted for dinner, so it was the usual: dry turkey and instant mashed potatoes. I tried to make small talk, asked Emma about her photography business, mentioned my promotion at the engineering firm, asked Mom about her book club. Silence. Complete, suffocating silence. Then my dad raised his glass of whiskey and said it, the words that changed everything. Honestly, Tyler, if this one just stopped showing up to these things, life would be a lot simpler for everyone. He said, this one. Not my name, not even he, just this one. My brother snorted into his beer. Man's got a point. Mom didn't flinch, didn't defend me, just kept cutting her turkey like nothing had been said. My sister finally looked up from her phone, shrugged, and said, you do kind of make everything awkward, like we're all just trying to have a good time. I stared at them, all of them, waiting for someone to laugh it off, to say it was a joke. Nobody did. I stood up slowly, grabbed my coat from the rack, and walked out. No scene, no yelling, just left the pie on the counter and drove away. I kept driving until I reached my grandfather's old lake house 2 hours north, the one with the peeling paint and overgrown dock, the one nobody in the family wanted because it was too much work and too far from civilization, the one Grandpa left specifically to me in his will, the one they never bothered to read carefully because they assumed everything would be split evenly. I stayed there for a week, turned off my phone completely, chopped wood, fixed the dock, sat by the water, and let myself breathe for the first time in years. When I finally turned my phone back on, I had 53 missed calls, 12 voicemails, endless texts. Emma, where are you? Dad's freaking out. Mom, please call. It's urgent, Tyler. Dude, serious, call me back. I scrolled through my banking app, confused by their panic. Then I saw it. Payments bouncing everywhere. Emma's car loan, late. Tyler's credit card, declined. The mortgage on the family house, past due. Every single bill had my name attached to it. I drove into town the next morning and met with a lawyer named Rebecca. I brought everything. Bank statements, co-signed documents, credit reports. She went through it all slowly, her expression darkening with each page. This isn't just family helping family, she said finally. This is fraud. Turns out they'd been using my credit for 6 years, since I was 22. Tyler's DUI lawyer fees, Emma's failed photography studio that burned through 40 grand, a second mortgage on the family house for $120,000, one I never agreed to. They'd forged my signature while I was on a work trip in Germany. My passport proved I wasn't even in the country when I supposedly signed. Rebecca helped me file everything. Fraud reports with the credit bureaus, demand letters sent via certified mail. Within 48 hours, every account tied to my name froze. Emma's car got repossessed 3 days later. Tyler's credit card stopped working at a gas station. He called me screaming. They showed up at the lake house 2 weeks later, all of them. Dad's shirt was wrinkled. Mom looked like she hadn't slept. Emma had been crying. They walked up to the porch expecting me to fold, to apologize, to fix everything like I always did. But my lawyer was already inside, sitting at the kitchen table with a folder full of evidence. The court case took 8 months. They tried everything, claimed it was a family arrangement, a misunderstanding, said I was unstable and holding grudges. They brought up every childhood argument, every time I'd been difficult. My father testified that I'd always been emotionally distant and ungrateful. The judge didn't buy any of it. He ruled in my favor on every single count. $186,000 in damages, the house went into foreclosure, and all fraudulent accounts under my name were wiped clean. My mom called me one last time, her voice barely a whisper, and said, "You've destroyed us. We're drowning." I took a breath, stared out at the lake, and replied, "Good, I'm just done being your life raft."